All right, halfway point of the season. We are going up against DSVG, and I have this Dragon Man here in Section 1. He has Combat Deja Vu and Spiked Armor. So anytime I duplicate a basic attack, he's going to get a Prowess Puncture Charge, I think, for his special attacks. So if you block them, they'll deal extra damage through your block. But I'm going to try to not hit him too much and just let my Ruptures do the work and reverse his Powergain charge. Now, there is multiple ways you could approach this fight, but doing it this way avoids the Spiked Armor and it avoids the Prowess Puncture. I don't think the Spiked Armor would be too much of a big deal, even if you were to hit him regular. It would just cost you a couple pots probably, maybe just like one or two. So I stunned him there and he lost his power charge, but now I let him get it back, and then I stun him again because he's so low on health, and down he goes. And then next up, I'm going to have Dormammu on Powersnack. Now, I used an invuln for this fight, and I didn't need to. It ended up being a wasted invuln, but the reason I did that was because I wasn't sure how aggressive he was going to be. So if he didn't end up wanting to throw specials, I figured I could just push him to a special 3 if needed. But one thing I've noticed about Dorm's AI is sometimes when he is really aggressive and he comes running in on you, he throws multiple hits and some of them whiff. Like that's like right there, he whiffed his second hit. That's the third time that's happened in this fight. So noticing that he was doing that, I was kind of trying to dash back and parry at the same time. And right there, he whiffed his second and I parried the third. And that's going to happen one more time in this fight right here. And it ended up working out really well for me because I've noticed if I just trying to keep dashing back, sometimes I can get tagged by like his third or fourth hit in the process of it. So now moving into Section 2, I have this Hyperion on Spite and Rise to Power, I think it's called, or Right Back at It. I'm not sure which one it is, but when you knock them down, there's going to be a 4-second timer where hitting into you will give him power. But with my Wither, I don't have to worry about any of that, and seeing as he gets his own power gain buff, I'm pretty much just going to be reversing his power for the entire fight. Now, depending on how the AI responds, you can approach this fight multiple ways. You could either hit his block the whole time if he was playing very defensive and just let your Ruptures do the damage, or you can just kind of play it a normal fight, parry 5-piece, parry heavy, whatever it is that you want. Because Spidey just controls the power aspect of this fight so well that it makes it pretty simple. You can kind of approach it however. And then after this fight, I'm going to have a Spider Ham on aspect of evolution and kinetic. So this is the only fight that I'm going to be using Archangel for, and it's a pretty basic Archangel fight. It's just parry heavy. If you can bait special ones, go for it. I didn't go for a heavy there because I didn't feel like I would have been quick enough. I felt like he would have come out of stun by the time I was done with it. And only thing you really have to watch out for is his special 2 here. You can block it, but if he has 10 of those Spider Stens charges, I believe it's unblockable. So short of not throwing a special when you have Power Stings on you and not getting hit by an unblockable SP2, that's a super safe, quick Archangel fight. Now, next up, I got Skrull on 47. This has been a pretty common fight for me. You can approach this one multiple ways too, though. So I'm going to reverse the power that he gets from Rich Get Richer with my Wither and Exhaustions. So you can either hit him normally, or you can keep hitting his block, let your Ruptures build up, and just the reversal of his power, bringing him down to 0, will burst the Ruptures every time, and that ends up dealing a lot of damage. It all depends on how the AI wants to behave in the fight. So there, I saw the Falter was coming up. I ended my combo quickly and backed off, and then started hitting his block to remove the Falter, and now I'm just building up my Ruptures. Get to my special 2, drop it, and now I have a lot of power reversal, so the Ruptures are just going to keep on bursting, and he's just going to go down, drop a heavy, and then the last 7% is just going to be a Rupture burst. Down he goes. Moving into section 3 here, I'm going to have a Maw on 48. So I use a Power Start 1 for this fight, and it was probably a waste. So I knew that I wasn't going to get a full bar of power from it, but my plan was to reach a bar of power quickly in the fight, work my way up to my special 2, and hopefully drop my special 2 or a heavy as the vigilance wears off to put the falter on him. But it's not going to end up working out that way. He throws a special here, so now the falter's on me. And then right there, I missed a parry. I know with the falter on me, it wouldn't have triggered a parry per se, but he would have just hit my block. I don't think he would have hit me. So now I'm trapped in a corner. I have to get out of the corner, so I drop my special 3. I know it's going to push him to a special 2, but I'm okay with that. I just need to make sure that I bait it and don't get hit with it, because it puts degens on you, and I don't want degens. So I'm just trying to bait it out of him and pausing my debuffs in the process. Finally, he decides to throw it. Just take it on block. And now my plan for this fight originally was to just hit his block a bunch after my special 2. But as you can see, the fight is not going according to how I thought it was going to go. So I'm kind of just improvising at this point. Baiting out special 1s, just hitting him. And I'm going to use my special 1s to remove the falter from applying on me once that vigilance goes away. I just want to make sure that I have an opening, and I can chain my combo into a special as it drops off. So we get the first one out of the way, and now I'm just trying to bait out another special from him. I'm going to get back to my special 1 here. It's going to put another vigilance on him. And now I'm just going to bait specials and wait for my opening. He throws that. I can chain this right into my special 1 to put the falter on him, and it takes him down. So it didn't go as planned. Had to improvise a little and just kind of treat it like a normal 5-hit combo kind of fight, but it worked out. So next up, I have this Mangog on 54, and I take this fight every war pretty much. That S99 isn't banned, but I kind of had fun with this one this time. I didn't just go for a quick kill. I just kind of enjoyed the fight and just let it play out. I was very patient in it, and yeah, it ended up still being fun, even though I've taken it 1,000,000, 100,000, quadrillion times. But I'm going to let this fight play out, and then I'm going to come back at the boss fight. All right, and last up here, I have the Chavez boss. I'm going to be taking her with Spidey 99. So this is a super safe fight. I put suicides on for it. I probably didn't need to, but it's always better to have and not need than need and not have. So the basic strategy is maintain my wither, build to my special 2, hit her with a big special 2, and bait her special 1s. Normally, she would have passive power gain from the dimensions when she throws a special 1, and if she has multiple open, it can get her back to another special 1, so you can end up getting stuck in a special loop. But I can just reverse any of that passive power gain, so I don't need to worry about that. And Depending on how the AI behaved, I was going to weave in blocked hits, but she ended up being very aggressive in this fight. And I actually noticed that a lot of the AI in the fights that I took this war was more aggressive than usual, so it kind of changed up how my fights normally would go. And I mean, I didn't mind it, but it was just something that I noticed early on, so I paid more attention to it as my war continued. I just kind of went with the flow of the fights rather than trying to force anything. So fight's going pretty good. Just over a minute in, just working to my next special 2. That is my sleep timer. So we were pretty on point timing wise in my battle group this war, which is always nice to be able to do. It's nice to be able to clear in the same night and not have to stay up too late to do so. So this special 2 is going to take her down, and that's all she wrote. So we ended up winning this one 150-5 to, I believe they finished 150-7, but I know that they had a couple of game crash deaths, which always sucks. It's shitty to lose a war that way. But good luck on the season to them. And that is all she wrote. We are 3-3 now, and hopefully we can continue this upward trend of winning going forward. Thank you for watching.